Cancun is much more than just paradise. It is the #1 international destination for Americans, welcoming over 6 million US visitors annually, more than Paris or London alone. Round-trip flights from Miami average about $300, making it one of the easiest escapes abroad. And once you arrive, white sand beaches, turquoise waters, vibrant nightlife, and endless all-inclusive resorts explain why Cancun remains the Caribbean favorite for unforgettable getaways. But why exactly do so many people keep on coming to Cancun? In this video, we'll show you exactly that, and the things you can't miss as a first-time visitor. More than 14 miles of white sand and turquoise sea make Cancun's hotel zone the stage where the Caribbean shows all its colors, from jade green shallows to sapphire depths. These beaches are the reason the city became world famous. For a first-time visitor, discovering them is not optional. It is the heart of the Cancun experience. Playa del Fines is Cancun's postcard. At kilometer 18, the colorful Cancun sign greets every traveler. The beach is wide, open, and free from resorts, giving it a raw, natural beauty. Strong waves make it dramatic and photogenic, perfect for panoramic shots and long walks at sunset. Umbrellas and loungers rent for about $10, but the view here is priceless. Playa Tortugas is Cancun's playground. At kilometer 7, families gather in shallow waters, children laugh at the edge of the sea, and the pier connects directly to Isla Mujeres. Ferries depart constantly, and the beach buzzes with parasailing, jet skis, and seafood stalls. Water sports rentals range from $40 to $60, while entry to the beach itself is free. Playa Chacmul is Cancun's calm escape. In the central hotel zone, the sand is soft, the water clear, and the atmosphere relaxed. Tourists often come here to float peacefully or sunbathe away from the crowds. A beach chair costs around $10, and lifeguards make it a safe choice for swimmers. Right beside it, Playa Forum blends beach and nightlife. Music drifts from nearby clubs during the day, creating a vibrant, social energy. Younger travelers gather here for sun and scene, while beach clubs charge $20 to $40 for daybeds with food and drinks included. As night falls, Forum transforms seamlessly into Cancun's legendary party. Playa Marlin, at kilometer 13, offers space and power. Wide sands, rolling surf, and fewer crowds make it a local favorite. Facilities are limited, but umbrellas rent for $10 to $15. This is where many visitors end their day, watching the sky burn orange and pink as the sun sinks into the Caribbean. Together, these 5 beaches, Delfines, Tortugas, Chacmul, Forum, and Marlin, are not just stretches of sand. They are the soul of Cancun, each with its own rhythm, its own face of the Caribbean. Which of these beaches would you choose first? Just 20 minutes by ferry from Cancun, Isla Mujeres feels like another world. Tickets cost around $15 round trip, with boats leaving from Puerto Juarez every 30 minutes. The ride itself is part of the adventure. Cancun's skyline shrinks in the distance, and soon the sea surrounds you in shades of turquoise, jade, and sapphire. Playa Norte is the island's crown jewel. Often ranked among the best beaches in the world, its shallow water stretches for hundreds of feet. Families rent loungers for $10 to $15, while umbrellas go for about $5 to $10. Restaurants serve ceviche or shrimp tacos for $10 to $20, and a cold coconut costs just $2 to $3. Arrive early to claim a spot. Then, spend the day in a hammock under the palms, feeling like you've stepped into a Caribbean dream. At the southern tip, Punta Sur reveals another side of the island. rocky cliffs rise over crashing waves, crowned by a lighthouse and a sculpture park dedicated to Ixchel, the Mayan goddess of the moon. Entrance is only $4 to $5, and the views stretch endlessly back toward Cancun. The island's very name comes from figures of women found in offerings here, giving Isla Mujeres its legendary status. For adventure, Garifone Reef Park offers snorkeling, zip lines, and kayaking in crystal waters. Day passes start around $25 to $30, including gear and facilities. In summer, whale shark tours are the ultimate highlight, an encounter that costs about $100 per person. Travelers on a tighter budget can also rent snorkel masks for $5 to $10 at public access points, exploring the reef without entering the park. Exploring the island by golf cart is a must. Rentals average $40 a day, letting you circle the island at your own pace, stopping at beaches, coffee shops, or roadside taco stands. Bicycles are a cheaper alternative at $10 to $15 a day, perfect if you prefer a slower rhythm. Either way, the freedom to stop wherever the sea calls you is part of Isla's charm. By sunset, most travelers understand the saying, Cancun shouts, but Isla Mujeres whispers. It is the contrast that makes visiting both so special. If you had just one day here, how would you spend it? Just a 2-hour drive from Cancun, across the jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula, stands one of the most extraordinary legacies of the ancient world, Chichén Itzá. This UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world is not only a symbol of Mayan civilization, it is a journey back through centuries of science, religion, and architecture. At its heart rises El Castillo, the Temple of Kukulkan. This pyramid is perfectly aligned with the sun, and during the equinox, a shadow in the shape of a serpent appears on the steps, a breathtaking demonstration of Mayan astronomy. Each side has 91 steps, and together with the top platform, they equal 365, mirroring the solar calendar. Climbing the pyramid is no longer allowed, but standing at its base is unforgettable, a reminder of how advanced this civilization was. Around the pyramid, Chichén Itzá unfolds like an open-air museum. The Great Ball Court, the largest in Mesoamerica, once hosted a ritual game where players struck a heavy rubber ball through stone rings high on the walls. Scholars believe the match carried religious significance, and legends suggest the outcome could even mean life or death. Nearby, the Temple of the Warriors and the Thousand Columns complex display carvings of warriors, serpents, and deities in incredible detail. The Cenote Sagrado, a natural sinkhole used for offerings, adds another layer of mystery, reminding visitors of the rituals once performed here. Visiting Chichén Itzá is straightforward. Entry costs about $30, and guided tours from Cancun range between $40 and $60, often including transportation. Most tours also combine a stop at nearby cenotes like Ixchel, allowing you to cool off in crystal-clear water after exploring the ruins. Comfortable shoes, water, and a hat are essential, since the midday sun is intense. For fewer crowds and cooler air, it is best to arrive early in the morning or later in the afternoon. In the evenings, a light and sound show brings El Castillo to life, projecting colors and stories onto the pyramid under the stars. Chichén Itzá is not just another stop on a trip. It is a place where the stones still speak, where science and myth meet under the Caribbean sun. If you could stand here, what moment of Mayan history would you want to witness? Hidden beneath the Yucatan jungle lie more than 6,000 cenotes, natural sinkholes formed by collapsed limestone caves. To the Maya, they were sacred, believed to be portals to the underworld. Today, they are one of the most unforgettable experiences in the region. Swimming in water so clear it reflects every ray of light, surrounded by jungle or underground caverns. The most iconic is Cenote Itzá, the cenote most travelers dream of. Perfectly circular and open to the sky, vines tumble into the deep blue water below. Entry costs around $5 to $10. Life jackets are mandatory and rent for about $2 to $3, while lockers and showers add $1 to $2. Jumping from the stone ledges feels mystical, though many prefer floating quietly under the curtain of vines. For photographers, midday light creates the most dramatic view. Closer to Tulum, Grand Cenote offers a more family-friendly paradise. Here, you can literally swim alongside turtles in waters so clear they look unreal. Entry is about $10, snorkel gear rents for $5, and lockers are available for $3. Morning visits are best, before the crowds gather and while the light is soft. For adventure seekers, Dos Ojos feels like a hidden underworld. Its vast underwater caverns are famous among divers worldwide. Sunlight pierces the darkness, illuminating stalactites and rock formations untouched for centuries. Entry costs about $15, and guided scuba tours range from $90 to $120. Even at the surface, renting a snorkel and flashlight for $2 to $5 makes it feel like stepping into a natural cathedral. And for the perfect photo, there is Cenote Soitun, the Instagram-famous pool. A stone platform stretches into still water, and at midday, a single beam of light creates a spotlight made for pictures. Entry is about $7, with life jackets available for $2. Visitors often wait patiently for their turn in the glow, capturing one of the most iconic shots in Mexico. Many tours from Cancun and Playa del Carmen combine 2 or 3 cenotes in a single day, costing around $40 to $60 per person, with transportation included. Swimming in a cenote is more than cooling off. It is sharing the same waters once revered by the Maya, where silence, light, and stone create a timeless connection between nature and history. If you could dive into one of these cenotes, would you choose the legendary leap at Itzá, the turtle-filled calm of Grand Cenote, or the mystery of Dos Ojos? Just off Cancun's coast lies a living treasure, the Mesoamerican Reef. Stretching more than 600 miles through Mexico and Central America, it is the second largest barrier reef in the world, second only to Australia's Great Barrier Reef. At Punta Nizuc, right at the edge of Cancun's hotel zone, boats take travelers to shallow coral gardens alive with color. Here, beginner snorkeling tours start around $40, including boat, guide, and gear. Even first-timers drift easily among schools of fish that flash like moving rainbows. Farther south in Puerto Morelos, the reef sits just a few hundred meters from shore. Protected as a national marine park, tours cost about $50 and focus on conservation, ensuring the corals stay vibrant for generations. It is one of the best spots for those seeking quieter waters and community-led guidance. And just off Isla Mujeres, the reef reveals something truly unexpected. Musa. More than 500 sculptures rest on the seabed, slowly transformed by coral and sea life. A short swim past these ghostly figures feels surreal, like stepping into another world. before returning to the reef's natural colors. Every site tells its own story: parrotfish grazing on coral, rays gliding across the sand, sea turtles surfacing for air. Tours range from $40 to $60, with half-day trips departing daily from Cancun. Snorkeling the Mesoamerican Reef is more than an excursion. It is a reminder that Cancun's magic lies not only on its beaches, but beneath the waves. South of Cancun, along the Rivieramaya, two ancient cities reveal opposite faces of the Mayan world: Tulum and Cobá. Visiting them in the same trip feels like stepping between a coastal fortress that faced the sea and a jungle metropolis hidden inland. For first-time visitors, it is the perfect blend of history and scenery. Perched on a cliff above the Caribbean, Tulum is one of Mexico's most photographed sites. Its stone walls once guarded a thriving port where traders brought obsidian, jade, and cacao from across Mesoamerica. Below, turquoise waves crash against the cliffs, creating a backdrop so surreal it feels almost painted. Entrance costs about $5, and guided tours add another $10 to $15. At the heart of the site stands El Castillo, the pyramid overlooking the sea. From its base, the fusion of stone and ocean creates one of the most iconic views in the Yucatan. There is even a small cove below the ruins where travelers can swim, combining archaeology and the Caribbean in a single stop. Would you take the steep stairway down to the water, or stay above to gaze across endless blue? An hour inland lies Cobá, once a mighty city linked by a vast network of stone causeways. Unlike Tulum, it hides beneath thick jungle, much of it still covered by vegetation, giving every visitor the sense of discovery. Biking the shaded trails is part of the adventure, with rentals costing just $3. Entry fees are around $5, and guided tours add cultural context for about $10 more. The highlight is the Nohochmul Pyramid, towering 137 feet above the forest canopy. From its summit, the jungle stretches to the horizon, endless and green, reminding you how vast the Mayan world truly was. Together, Tulum and Cobá show two sides of history, one built to face the sea, the other hidden in the silence of the forest. To walk both in a single day is to see how the Maya mastered not only trade and astronomy, but the art of creating cities that still capture the imagination. Step past the gates and Cancun's all-inclusive resorts reveal entire worlds of abundance. Beyond the public beaches, this is the side of the city defined by infinity pools that merge with the horizon. Restaurants offering endless selections from morning to night, and cocktails that appear in your hand before you even think to order. Inside these complexes, time bends. Families find kids clubs, splash parks, and supervised activities, while couples slip into rooftop terraces, jacuzzis, or candlelit dinners on the sand. The bracelet is the key, granting access not just to meals and drinks, but to cooking classes, tequila tastings, yoga sessions at sunrise, or nightly shows filled with music and lights. For travelers not staying overnight, most resorts offer day passes, usually between $80 and $150. With one fee, you step into a package of themed restaurants, swim-up bars, hammocks by the beach, and organized entertainment that can stretch until midnight. Some properties even include extras like snorkeling gear or kayaks, while motorized sports such as jet skis often come with an additional cost. The rhythm of a resort day unfolds like a script. Breakfasts piled high with tropical fruit and pastries. mid-morning swims in vast pools overlooking the sea, tacos or sushi for lunch, naps under palapas, then evenings that shift into live music, fire shows, and laughter echoing around the stages. Experiencing a resort for a day doesn't replace Cancun's other charms. It adds another layer. One moment you're tasting street tacos by the plaza, the next you're watching the sunset from an infinity pool. Together, they show the city's range, from simple, authentic moments to indulgent escapes. Both part of what makes Cancun unforgettable. The Caribbean isn't only known for its beauty, it also shines through its food. For first-time visitors, tasting local dishes is a must because every bite tells a story of the Yucatan. The most traditional is cochinita pibil, pork marinated with achiote and slow-cooked in banana leaves. You'll find it in tacos or tortas for just a few dollars at street stands, or served in full plates at local restaurants. Seafood is another highlight. Along the hotel zone, shrimp or fish ceviche costs about $15 to $20, while smaller eateries serve it for less. Fresh, tangy, and perfect with a splash of lime. It's one of the most refreshing meals after a morning in the sun. As evening falls, night markets come alive with tacos al pastor, tamales, and marquesitas, crispy crepes filled with chocolate or cheese, each costing only a few coins. They're the kind of snack you'll crave again the moment you return home. For travelers who want more than tasting, local chefs offer cooking classes, usually $50 to $70, where you prepare traditional salsas, tortillas, or ceviches. It's not just food. It's an introduction to the techniques and traditions that shape Yucatan cuisine. Eating here is more than filling your plate. It's part of the journey, one that blends spice, history, and the Caribbean sea breeze into every bite. Before we say goodbye to Cancun, here's a little extra for those with more time to explore beyond the city. Just about an hour south, eco-parks like Xcaret and Shell Ha deliver full-day adventures you won't forget. Imagine floating through underground rivers, snorkeling in lagoons where fish swim inches from you, or sitting under the stars watching cultural shows inspired by Mayan traditions. Day passes usually range between $100 and $130, and that price already includes meals and most activities. For first-time visitors, they're not essential, but if you've got an extra day, they feel like a luxury that blends nature with comfort. Then, back in Cancun, the sun goes down, and the rhythm changes completely. Nightlife here is famous across the Caribbean. Clubs along the hotel zone open with light shows, live performances, and DJs that keep the floor alive until sunrise. Entry tickets generally range from $30 to $70, often with open bar included. Whether it's acrobats flying overhead in a theater-style club, or salsa and reggaeton beats on an open-air dance floor, the night is as unforgettable as the day. Millions arrive each year, yet the story is never the same. So tell us, if you could choose only one moment here, would it be the calm of the sea, the mystery of the ruins, or the energy of the night? Let us know in the comments, because your Cancun begins the moment you decide. This is World Adventure OS, the operating system for global wonder. Like what you saw? Give it a like. And to keep traveling with us, subscribe and turn on alerts.